with the Dallas Mavericks, if Jason Kidd and all the comments and conversations, he'd like to get Luka Doncic off the ball a little bit more.
Has a chance to get back to that all-star form that we saw with the Knicks in 2018. Hardaway for three, on target, 8-0 Dallas.
Credit Cody Martin. Like, if you're playing with somebody who's got that kind of vision, make sure you're cutting to open space.
Short jumper is good for Porzingis.
Jason Kidd was telling us he was coaching Milwaukee when Kristaps had the major knee injury when he was with the Knicks, and he had dunked on Giannis.
Just the sixth, though, in the NBA. He's only 26 years old. Doncic is 0 for 3 from the floor. And here comes Cody Martin. He'll drive all the way and finish at the rim.
Consistency finishing at the rim. Right? The first thing James Borrego, when I said what were the marching orders in the offseason, first thing he said was his body. Got to get stronger. He's only 20 years of age.
But one of the things, we're courtside now, where last year we weren't for the regular season. You can tell looking at the upper body of LaMelo Ball, he has gotten stronger. There is some definition compared to when he came into the league. When you ask Coach Borrego about the marching orders for LaMelo Ball in the offseason, game management, as Doncic with a beautiful look that time to Porzingis for the dunk. Can't get it to fall. Nothing's going for Luka tonight. He's 0 for 4. He's going to play about 32 minutes, Jason Kidd told us. LaMelo Ball looked like he was going to pass. He was staring, waiting for a trailer, and then just put the shot up and buried it.
But what if Ben Simmons, because there's reporting out there, the Inquirer had a piece basically suggesting that he may not get between the lines and play as Porzingis hits a turnaround jump shot. Is he going to do what James Harden did when he finally got between the lines in Houston, where you basically made it clear, I'm not going to be the same player? Many times their season was teetering even in the playoffs. Yeah. There were times where their half-court offense looked abysmal. Eric Spoelstra and Rick Carlisle going into Rick, finally switching jobs, were the second longest tenured head coaches with one organization. Obviously, Greg Popovich holds that mantle. And I think he took a little bit of that from Frank. There's no surprises in terms of when you're going to get your rip and run in the game.
He listed 10 guys as Josh Green to the rim. You see that athletic ability on display. Here's Ball with the alley-oop, and the pass a little bit off the mark. You rarely see that from LaMelo, especially with that high flyer and Bridges. Another dunk in transition. This one by Porzingis.
But we talk about game management, right? So is the other team on a big-time run? Can you get yourself and your group a good shot? James Borrego got to use the timeout here.
Cleveland, no. Ish Smith is there again. Looking to run here with Martin, who flies to the rim and smashes it. That ends a drought of 7 minutes and 38 seconds without a field goal. Preseason or not, you just don't see that in the NBA. Doncic beautifully done there. Perfect pass to foul. Doncic averaged 8.5 assists per game and over 10 assists in that first-round series last year. PJ Washington with the stuff. And some of the additions like Bullock and Brown help with perimeter shooting, take some pressure off Doncic. Where'd the Mavs finish in the West? They were 5th last year. Powell finishes inside.
Phoenix, Devin Booker breaking his nose, never breathing a word of it. He took multiple shots in that finals and just kept playing.
Smith with the lob. Martin came down with it and kicked it back out to McDaniels. And the three goes, the first of the night for Charlotte after an 0 for 7 start.
I want to say that's almost exactly the descriptor that Kevin Durant put on him. Talked about, you don't speed him up.
Inside 2 minutes to go here in the first half. The lead is 23. Doncic again. Gets past 3 guys out to Porzingis. And the 3 is money. Tough cover here for Smith. Plumlee with a double. Brunson for 3. Got it.
So again, double of Luka.
Doncic. Here comes the double. Doncic shoots and scores. Mavs open up next Thursday at Atlanta. Doncic step back 3 for Plumlee is good. And Luka with his first triple of the game. Not taking anything away from Jokic, but it did help that he played basically every game for Denver last year.
Well, I think it may have obviously no question it played a part, because Embiid was obviously an MVP-worthy candidate. Remember, they were hovering in the 4th and 5th spot of the East. You know, taking everybody by surprise.
Wow, Dwight Powell, the slam. The picture of an improving player.
Okay, and can we just talk about how great Gary Payton is in the NBA 75 video?
On there. He's only in his 4th year. But there's some that say when it's all said and done, he's going to be pretty high up on that list. But you put him in there now. Right.
I mean, the question becomes, it's for young guys, and I'm not saying this for him specifically. You know, somebody else, Trey, name it. You know, what if, God forbid, a career-ending injury and you played 3 seasons, you know? I remember being a student at Providence College. They're playing Georgetown at the Civic Center. And the seats they gave the women's team were on the baseline.
And Jeff Van Gundy has his home office set up, and we'd always ask, you know, what is that? What do you call that? And he said that's the room that Patrick Ewing built. Did not play basketball until he was 15 years old. Empty possession there. Boy, that was brutal.
Yeah.
Hardaway, long 3 from the S at Spectrum.
And they're down, and there's a sea of orange in Thompson Bowling Arena. Pat Summitt's being the great Pat Summitt, like up and down the sideline she goes. And she turns around, and over the top of the bench of Tennessee just screams, "This is my blankety-blank house."
Some of the talking that she did and still does, you know, Luka does that. You see that from Doncic a lot. Brunson with a short jumper.
Who does that? Not many 18-year-olds in that rivalry.
Everybody knew right away, though, she was going to be one of the best of all time. As Bouknight hits the rim and puts it in. Richards no good on the putback. And Bouknight slow to get up. Nice finish on the other end by Sterling Brown. And obviously, the health of Zion Williamson is always going to be a big storyline. And our friend and colleague Chauncey Billups.
I think he was right at the top of the list. He and Giannis.
The youngest player ever to earn multiple first-team All-NBA selections. He's 22. He's already been All-NBA twice in his first 3 seasons. Signed that 5-year, $207 million max contract back on August 10th. 3 ball goes for Sterling Brown. Here's T.J. Thor, 19-year-old rookie out of Auburn. The 2nd-round pick of Detroit. Thor grew up in Alaska. Lob to Brown. Nice job. Nice finish by Brown. Expecting the contact as well. First team All G League last year when he was playing there. Nice move that time by Nick Richards.
Can you tell our viewers what Bill Walton called him?
Well, he couldn't pronounce his last name in all of our games that we did of the Oregon Ducks last year. So Bill Walton just called him Eugene from Eugene. Ntilikina knocks down the 3.
Nice pass by Willie Cauley-Stein. That's nicely done.
Omoruyi with the 3.
As I was watching that game, like the ability to change onto the floor, put pressure on the rim, transition, all those opportunities. Like the turnovers were high.
Fresh faces in the NBA, the rookies before the break. Cade Cunningham and Evan Mobley, Jalen Green, Jalen Suggs, Jonathan Kuminga. Can't wait to watch all those guys as the season starts next Tuesday. That would be entertaining, though, here to boost the ratings and have you try that in-game. Feel free. With the high heels and all. Well, in fact, our producer just said we're doing that out of the next break.
Don't jump right on that.
Well, the fans were hoping the Hornets would hit 60. They did not. And this one comes to an end with the score. Dallas